This is week 20, day 1, Math 7 notes. So you should be on page 3, and we're just going to talk about the vocab for a little bit. So expressions are basically any kind of addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division problem. The thing is there's no equal sign because then it would be an equation. So they can use variables, they can use numbers. So for example, we could have 3x plus 2, and that would be an expression. Expressions are made up of terms, so the terms are the parts of the expression that are separated by the plus sign. So in this expression I gave, there are two terms there. There's the 3x and there's the 2. So 3x is a term and 2 is a term. The variable is the letter. So in this case, I used an x. And a constant is a number all by itself. So the 2. It can be positive, it can be negative, could be a fraction, could be a decimal, doesn't matter. Next, we're going to write expressions. So when we write an expression, the directions tells us to write each as an algebraic expression. It's not telling us to evaluate or solve it, so we're just going to write the math problem. So the difference of 10 and 5, we would just write the problem 10 minus 5. So that's all it's asking us to do. So for number 2, quotient means divide. So we would write this as a division problem. You could just write 14 divided by 7. Or as I would write it as a fraction, I would write 14 divided by 7 this way. I think it's that part of my screen that does not like my pen. Take a minute and give 3 through 8 a try, and then check back for the answers. Pause it if you need to check your answers. A couple of comments here that number 3, decrease means to subtract, means it gets smaller. There's a few ways you could write number 4. We could divide 14 by 2, or we could do half times 14. It's just a couple of ways to write it. Number 5, to increase means to add. Number 6, for the product, you could just write the x and the 7 next to each other without a sign, a operation sign there, and that would be okay too. Number 7 is addition, and 8, 6 squared, I wrote it as 6 to the second power. If you're typing this in electronically, you may not know how to write it to the second power, so you could just write 6 times 6. Two ways to write twice q. We can do 2 times q, or we can do q plus q. And then number 10, the product means to multiply.